Hey guys, it's Melissa. Today I'm in my backyard. I'm going to just be doing some cleaning up, getting ready for, we have a rainstorm coming tomorrow, so I want to get things out of here that need to be gone. Like I have my large pumpkin patch growing and I need it gone out of here because otherwise tomorrow it's going to be a nasty, soggy mess. Plus we have Thanksgiving coming up in just next week actually. Oh my gosh, I've got baking to do. So I've got some cleaning up to do. I have relatives coming over on Thursday then and Saturday. So I need to make sure that things look presentable for them. So that's what I'm going to be doing, just getting things cleaned up and worked on. Now this is what I'm talking about. I know it looks worse than it probably really is. I hope so anyway. This is a pumpkin vine that I had grown back in July. I planted this and it looked absolutely beautiful. It was attacked by aphids this summer and it just really was horrible. It had rebounded and looks great now. I mean, I still have a few pumpkins. Oh, look at that on the vine. I'm going to cut them up, put them in the front yard and make them look pretty for decoration and get the rest of this place cleaned up. We've had a couple of frost days, which was early for us this year. Our first frost is typically in December, and this year it was a little early, and that's okay, but the plant needs to go. As you can see, most of the spot's been just completely crushed by dogs and, you know, kids and stuff, but that's okay. We're just gonna get it cleaned up. She found another one. What are you doing? Eating a pumpkin? Is it good? Anyway, we're gonna get this place cleaned up and looking better. That way, it's not so bad. And of course, on our freezing cold day, this is where Gus is, in the pool, like always, because anything, anything over, 20 degrees, he says it's too hot and he has to go swimming. If you were watching, last week we were at the cabin and it snowed and it was so beautiful, and I'm telling you, that was the first time I had not seen that dog actually panting. He was so happy. But once we got home, oh, he had to acclimate again because he was sitting there panting for 2 days straight. It was quite funny, but it's just, he does not like the heat, I'll tell you that. Lily, on the other hand, she's a California girl. She's like her mama. She likes the heat. She's not bothered by it so much. But Gus, not so much. Now I have a few minutes actually to come out here, get this done because I have to go and pick up the kids in about an hour. So we're gonna just really quickly clean this up and hopefully make this area look nice. Oh my gosh, look how huge this is. I don't think my clippers are big enough to go around this stem. There we go. Holy smokes! Look at this! Wow. This was a great pumpkin. Wonderful. Oh, this is heavy. So a few lessons today that I'm learning as I'm cleaning this mess up is, well, first of all, this is my first, what? My goodness. This is my first time actually planting pumpkins, and it was a great experience overall. But I do need to remember for next season that I need to size control this thing. I let it just do its thing, and I was having fun watching it grow because, hey, if it's growing this big, it must be so happy, right? Well, it's not hard. Guster, what? It's not hard cleaning this up. It's just, it's more work that I want to do right now. So I'm going to keep working, obviously, but I need to remember next year, size control. Size control, size control. Good advice. Okay, where's my glove? I just had it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, don't throw your gloves away. Oh, while we're looking, look at my limelight. This is a limelight hydrangea. I've had this hydrangea for, ooh, Gus, goodness, he barks a lot. I've had this limelight hydrangea for a good, oh gosh, 9 years, I think. And this thing is huge and it's absolutely beautiful, and the fall color is just gorgeous. I love this plant. And if you see this, this is actually a weeping cherry. It is a beautiful tree. I bought this a couple of years ago. What year was it? 2021. That's the year I bought this tree. I got it at Lowe's, I think, or Home Depot, one of those stores. And it was a tiny little thing, and it's grown so beautifully. I love this tree. However, more than likely I am taking it out. Not because I don't love it, because I absolutely do love it. I wish I had another place to put it, because I would just take it out once it goes fully dormant, plant it someplace else. But what I want to put in this spot is an apple tree. I have a pink lady apple tree that I have growing in my side yard at the moment, and I want it to be right here in this spot. This is the spot that I really want it to be, which means the cherry tree has to go. So it's unfortunate. I love this tree, but I have no place to put it. So I'm just gonna have to get rid of it, but that's okay. That's how gardens grow, and that's, you know, everything evolves. One other thing I do want to show you, I want to take you to see my some of my blueberry plants that I have. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? This is called peach sorbet blueberry. It is a small, compact blueberry bush that I think it's like 1 to 2 feet tall and wide, and the fall color is gorgeous. I am so impressed because I don't have a lot of fall color in my house. So I think that this is wonderful, and it makes me so happy. The reason why I needed to show you now is because it's starting to darken already. Just a couple of days ago, it was bright red all the way to the tip top, and it looked so breathtaking. So I needed to show you now before it starts to fade in color, because it's so beautiful. We need more plants like this in the yard. This has really inspired me to think about fall planting for next year. Another fall color thing I wanted to show you, this is one of my Bobo hydrangeas. Look how beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? That makes me very happy, and I think that's so beautiful. Such great coloring for this time of year. Love it. All right, got it all cleaned up. It looks so much better. Oh, very happy with it. So right here, that's where I had my pumpkin patch, and you know, that was the first time I've ever done that before, and it looked so cute. I really liked having hair. I probably will do it again next year, but like I said before, I'm gonna size control because it started to grow onto the patio, which looked really cute, and then it just kept growing and growing till eventually it was in the pool. And then I was real like, okay, that's too big. We need to not do that next year. So next year I'm gonna really keep it. I'll probably let it grow onto the grass. Oh, hear the motorcycle? That's my son who moved out. He works just at our other at our warehouse where we do our business. So he's obviously going to lunch at this moment, and it drives me nuts. I mean, as a parent, do any of you have kids that drive a motorcycle? Because it is awful. It's a horrible, horrible situation, feeling I don't like it. But as a mom of an 18-year-old son, we have to just smile and just say, yeah, that's a great idea. No, it's not a great idea. He knows how I feel. But like I said, he's moved out. He's living his life. He's living his dream. And I just have to love him, support him, and I pray every night because it's scary. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm not going to be too picky about cleaning up all the leaves at this moment because clearly we have a lot of leaves that still are going to come off, and to be honest with you, I love the way the leaves look when they're falling on the ground. To me, it's a warm, cozy feeling. It reminds me of fireplaces and, you know, warmth and coziness. That's how I picture it. So I love it. It's not a look that I find messy. I find it comforting. So maybe that's just me, but that's how I feel. I got the garbage can all the way filled up to the top. Now, I am known to jump in and squish it down if need be. I do have 2 garden garbage cans, so I'm not too concerned about that. The next project that I have to do before family comes over is I need to tackle the bougainvillea. Right there, I have bougainvillea growing over my walkway into my house. Now, I have a very strong love-hate relationship with bougainvillea. It is a gorgeous plant. I absolutely love the way it looks. And if I had a full-time gardener that just did whatever I wanted and his job was to trim the bougainvillea for me on a regular basis, I would love the plant completely. But because I'm responsible for it, I get poked every single time and it hurts. Oh my goodness, that thing, the thorns on it are a good 2 inches and it is sharp, man. It really is. So every summer I think about, I need to remove this plant, but then it just looks so beautiful. I mean, let me take you to it because it looks so beautiful, but man, it's a beast to train. I mean, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? This is November, and end of November, and it looks like this. Absolutely breathtaking. But as you can see, it's really blocking my walkway into my house, and I really need this trimmed up a bit. I am the shortest person in my family, and even though I can barely walk through this, nobody else can. So we got to get this completely trimmed up and taken care of. As you can tell, this side doesn't get as much color, and that's because it gets so much shade, and it gets shade from the apricot tree. I have the apricot tree growing. My goal is for it to grow over the walkway. I mentioned that before in a couple of other videos that I love that look. I love to be walking under canopies of trees, and that's what I've done with this tree. I planted this tree, oh goodness, when did I plant this tree? A good 10 years ago at least. And look at this. I mean, I trim it up. I haven't been doing a very good job trimming it this year because I have a couple of scragglies, but I'll get to it. No big deal. I love this tree. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and it's done exactly what I want it to do. And it's going over the walkway, so as I walk into the house, I'm actually under the canopy at this moment. So that's why this section gets not a lot of blooms. It does get blooms, but not a lot. But this side where the sun is, this is where it gets the blooms. And it's beautiful. I will say it's absolutely gorgeous. But I don't like having to trim it because these thorns, let me see if I can find a section without hurting myself. I mean, look at this. That's a thorn right there. And it's sharp and it hurts. So be careful. If you consider planting this, be careful. And it grows super fast, so you really will be working for it every week during the summer. So, oh, let me show you. Is 60 degrees too hot, buddy? Look at you. Swimming again. He's so funny. All right, it's time to go and get the kids from school now, and I got my job done, which makes me happy because I can check that off my list. But, you know, I think that's okay. Having little goals is totally okay, especially when busyness like the holidays are coming up, because I've got 2 Thanksgivings that I'm hosting at my house. I'm hosting it for my in-laws, and then I'm hosting for my side of the family. Normally, my Thanksgiving is at my grandmother's house. She lives in Oroville, which is about 3 hours away from us, and she lives on 9 acres. And the kids, all the kids, so everybody comes, so there's 12 grandkids total, and it's so much fun. The kids have so much fun going out there, running, playing with all the cousins. Now granted, we all live here, so my sisters, my parents, we all live here, just my grandmother lives in Oroville, so we all have to travel to go to her home, but it's so worth it because of how wonderful it is being in the country. Oh, thank you, Gus. Splattered me and got me all wet. But anyway, I've got to go. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.